Hey everyone, I'm Lydnsey Rodrigues. You're watching BPM, and joining me is the man of the hour, Matt Corby. Thank you so much for joining us on the channel. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
So, exciting times for you right now. So who would you say has influenced and inspired you the most as an artist? Like, who do you give a lot of credit to?
I guess when I was like older, when I was 15, people were getting me into like records, good records, old records, like Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, and stuff like that. And I listened to like a lot of old soul. I was introduced to like Otis Redding and Sam Cooke and Buddy Guy. And all of my days are in your hands. You hold all of my dreams and all my plans.
So when you started out as a singer-songwriter, what were your sort of initial goals for what you wanted for your career, and then also how have they changed as you've grown and evolved within the industry?
I think it kind of came from like really an adverse scenario, like when I wanted to start writing songs, it was because I was really down in the dumps kind of thing. And it wasn't anything that I thought I would actually doing as far as a career, because it was just one of those things that like when I just felt like crap.
It was your catharsis?
It was, yeah, it was the thing that sort of released everything. It kind of got it out, and a lot of it was being subjected to fame when I was younger, which scared me.
Well, okay, so obviously 2007, you're 16 years old, Idol happens.
Yeah.
Suddenly, all eyes are on you. What are your memories of that time? Like so you just said it was scary.
Yeah, honestly, it was just fear. Like, there was people in that show that were cut out to have that kind of attention. There were people that weren't, and like, I can safely say I wasn't. It's just like I just don't know what to do with it. Like, I don't know what to do with people coming up to me and saying things, like positive or negative. All of my strengths and weaknesses.
So is that what prompted your move to London? Did you just want to get away from?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, I needed to leave. I just maybe some clarity, some sort of peace of mind for a bit. Just be somewhere where I can play, because it was all for music. I wanted to play to people, like, subjectively, you know. I wanted to like have people listen and either like it based on its merit or not. And I really enjoyed it. Like, I had so much fun over there. Like, it was pretty lonely, but it was good. It really did clear my head musically.
Sleep now under my skin and show you try to conjure the wind and ease my mind.
How did you find that you'd evolved as an artist by the time you came back home?
I think it was more as like performance based. I changed a lot. I changed the way I was on stage. I used to be really, really self-conscious on stage. The crew around me that worked with me would get upset that I'd never open my eyes in a set. Like in 50 minutes, I would keep them closed the whole time, because it's the only way I knew how to sing. Is like I never performed. I just sang and played. But it's like, I think coming back from the UK, it kind of helped me realise that, you know, there's other ways to communicate with an audience other than just being like vocally good or instrumentally good.
Our eyes, the truth we've come to know, the stories we turn the smoke.
I know for a while there you just didn't want to do music. What was the reason behind that?
I guess I had a bit of a rough trip the last time I was in London. It got pretty hard for me to play, just because I think I was in a really bad mental state. And I came home, I had a bit of a breakdown, and everyone was pretty mad with me because I was just acting like a child. And so I kind of was just like, well, I'm just not going to play for a while and just put my head into gear, kind of. And it was actually the best thing I could have done. I pretty much stopped playing, I stopped writing. I set up a little job working as a barista in a coffee shop. And I just realised, like, halfway through the year, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I really want to play music still. So we put on these garden shows, and then that was fun, and then I was like, I want to make a record.
Now I must try to remember back somehow. I've fallen hard and fallen short, but love's not a winner's game at all.
I didn't really have songs that I wanted to put on a record, but I kind of like pulled things from everywhere and old songs, revamped them, and like I wrote Brother the week before we recorded it. Just because, yeah, I was feeling pretty heavy about that whole scenario. It was a natural thing. It just was like, okay, it's time for me to do what I was supposed to do. Well, what I feel I'm supposed to do for this point in time.
Sleep now under my skin. Show you try to conjure the wind and ease my mind.
Brother, which you performed for us beautifully, it's a gorgeous song. It really shows off your vocal range. Like, you go from this beautiful sort of whisper to this guttural like growl. Like, it's amazing. So tell me about how this song came to life.
It's really personal story. It's basically, I just acted like the biggest dick in the world to a really close friend, and it just like, it kind of ruined me for a couple of months. It's amazing what guilt can actually do to you, like guilt can do to a person.
So is this song like your redemption?
Well, I wouldn't say redemption, I was just like, it's one of those things, you know, I was down and I needed some way to just say what I needed to say.
You couldn't help but your neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. Oh, somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name.
But is everything good with the mate now?
Yeah, yes and no, you know.
Time heals all.
So they say.
Then we've got Souls of Fire.
That song came from, I wrote that when I was in London at the start of this year, and it was one of those things. I was hanging out with Ben, the keyboard player of Mumford, and I just played this show, and it was at Ronnie Scott's, like, legendary jazz venue, and no one listened, and like, I was really bummed. I was actually really mad.
And it will become undone.
And I actually almost picked a fight with this banker, because like, he was one of the instigators of all this noise. And like, he didn't pay attention to any of my friends playing, he didn't pay attention to me, or I was just like really angry at this guy. But like, and I went to Ben and I was like, was pretty upset. I was just having a go at the gig and whatever, the situation. And he was just like, just write a song about it, you dickhead.
So come on in, hold on to that firm belief that your soul is a fire, and forget your petty crimes now.
So Untitled, it's so beautifully melodic. To me, it kind of sounds like a lullaby. So I'd love to hear the story behind this song.
This song was about, well, that song, was about a girl that I was dating, and pretty much like, she was one of the closest things I ever had to love, and we split because I left overseas, and I was kind of like a bit afraid of having that, you know, like any male, afraid of commitment.
And I know why you did not follow me. Pride swallowed me, then led me astray.
Anyway, I came back home and there was this letter waiting for me, which was from her. It was basically a letter telling me everything that I did wrong. It was heavy, it was like 17 pages.
So I threw your letter into the flame.
Well, Into the Flame has been described as lyrically raw and endearingly honest, and I have to say that I couldn't agree more. And Matt, I just want to wish you all the best of luck on everything that lies ahead of you. I think there's a lot of exciting things to come, and I can't thank you enough for being a part of BPM today. So,
My pleasure.
Thanks so much.
No worries, thank you.
try to conjure the wind and ease my mind. Ooh, ooh, somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. You cower in the corner, confide in your father. Let it out and say, let it pass away. Sleep now under my skin. I show you try to conjure the wind and ease my mind. Somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. You cower in the corner, confide in your father. Let it out and say, you cower in the corner, confide in your father. Let it pass away. Let it break your day. Wait there, pull yourself out of this state, dear. Acknowledge that you were a fake here. From there on you might just go. Oh, somebody call to your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh, oh. Hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. La da 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 da. You couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. Oh, somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help but your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. Oh, somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Whoa, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Whoa, oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame.